Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, April 23rd. This is Catherine from my hillside garden. I need to be out of town for a couple of days. The weather is supposed to be in the 40s at night, so I've been acclimating all of these plants for over a week, so they should be fine. I am going to put some frost cloth in front of each door. I'm going to leave the doors open. I've given them a very good watering. And the temperature today is supposed to get up into the 70s, but tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 60s. So I've watered all of the winter sowing jugs. And as you can see in some of them, we're starting to see some green here and there. So I'm glad about that. There's some alyssum over there. I believe that's cilantro in there. Without looking at the tags, I believe that one has a weed in it and something else. So I'd say we're doing pretty good. Here's some small guys in there. We've had some things just sprout with the winter sowing, so I would definitely give it another try next year. Our gutter garden is still doing well. Those are the transplanted seedlings of volunteer lettuce. And then look, I have calendula and marigolds on the left and different types of lettuces and onions and spinach on the right. Not grade seed germination here in this tray. I'm a little bit upset about that, but I'm beginning to think it was the seed mix. So the jury is out on the black gold. And my poor strawberries, I think the same thing has happened with them. I've had no germination, but we do have onions at the back. And then here is a tray of beets where once again, same seed starter, the black gold. I've had next to no germination. Very unhappy. So I'll bring you back after I get back from my little trip away, and we'll see how everybody did. Good morning, everyone. It's Catherine from my hillside garden. We're going to take a look in the greenhouses and see how the plants made out while I was gone for a few days. So this is how I ended up closing the greenhouses. I know this area gets a great deal of sun in the morning and into the early afternoon, and I didn't want any of the plants to get sunburned. So I just used some of the frost cloth that I had and close pinned it to the top and on the sides just to keep them covered a little bit. So let's take a look inside. Excuse me, see how they made out. We did have quite a bit of rain, but I did water these very well before I left, and everything seems to be doing very well. The temperature, as far as I know, did not go much below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So the plants had already been acclimated to that. So that, was good. Let's take a look in the bigger one and see how we did there. I have all of my larger tomatoes in the bottom. Now what I could have done with this, since it is on our deck, and I've done this in the past, is I put a thick sheet of cardboard all along the bottom. And that just helps from air coming up from the bottom, any cool air. But as you can see, these tomatoes, they look like they've done well for 3 days outside with only the protection of this greenhouse. There's my celeriac. We have some more plants, tomatoes and peppers, younger ones. We have some spring onions, dill and parsley, and more tomatoes. So let's go take a look at the other greenhouse with the seedlings we have in there. so happy with the top shelf. We have some spinach plants. There, oh, some of the collected lettuce, those beautiful lighter green, that's some of the collected lettuce seed. We have some spring onions in the back, and back there, those are marigolds. So I finally have marigolds for the garden. And up front here, we have calendula. Oh, we have something here, but I don't think it's a strawberry. I think it might be a weed from the, oh, but maybe. Could those be strawberry seeds? Oh, I'm so happy. So hopefully we will have some alpine strawberries. So they just came up. So that's fabulous. We have some more spring onions in the back. Not such great germination going on here in this one. I don't know whether anything actually will become of it or not. And as you can see, this tray of beets just didn't take off at all. Here's how well the lettuce in the gutter garden has done. Excuse the shadow, please. Now remember, those were all the volunteers from in the deck garden, right there. So they're doing very well. And then these were in with one of the plants in a pot. So I would say these little greenhouses work wonderfully at this time of year when you're not really sure what the weather's going to be doing, but you need some protection for your trays of plants or for your plants, as in the tomatoes. So if you can't have a greenhouse, you can consider getting one of those, maybe putting it near your house to have a little bit of a sheltered place to have your plants. Another thing I wanted to show you, and I know I've showed it before, this pot had all volunteer lettuce in it, and I had put this little cover on there. Look at how well that lettuce is doing, and I didn't even plant it. And another thing I want to show you, and I believe this is basil. I had put seed in here very early, I want to say maybe in January, just to see what would happen, and it sprouted. And it's been out the whole time. Here are my sugar snap peas. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 that are exposed, but no plants yet. So, oh, here's a half-eaten one. Here's another half-eaten one. So we'll have to see what comes. I'm just not going to have luck with peas this year, I guess. So we'll see what happens with those. And then I know I was talking about the bird feeder was it last year or the year before? Right where, let's see, can I get my finger right over here? I had come outside to enjoy my morning coffee, and that's where the bear was. I guess he had bedded down there. There is a fence. I don't know if that deterred him or not, but he just moseyed along, walked down this way, and then went straight back out and went over toward where the college is. So thanks for watching. Just think of all the things you could do if you just give it a try. That's all gardening's about. Give it a try and see if it works for where you're living. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. They do a good deal for ratings when you give a thumbs up and leave a comment. And subscribe to my channel if you want to join me on my journey. Have a great day. Happy gardening.